You got second family up there?
I actually pressed the wrong button on my shit. My bad. Go ahead.
You got your second family running around.
Hey man, chill out. All right, don't chill out. All right, relax. I got no second family. What's wrong with you?
But like I'm saying, like when I heard Pop Smoke sound, like even off the Into the Woo 1, Into the Woo 2, Pop Smoke had that type of music artistry that reminded me of 90s 2000 rappers. Like he gave you that I could be in the streets. He gave you like, not because of his sound, but he gave me that 50 Cent feel, even though he sounded like him, but he didn't, because it's just that the way where he's from.
It's that real gravelly New York.
When they're on the track together, you could definitely tell the difference.
Well, didn't 50 find him?
I don't know. I just listened to him. I never actually looked into his story, besides the fact that he was Panamanian.
All right. Now I know you biased.
That's the thing. I was banking on him before he was Panamanian. So when I found out he was Panamanian, I was in. Just like but that's the thing, is like him and like Casanova. Casanova's another field that I move with, but like back to Pop, he had like a variety that sounded good. So far, like the other, I guess, New York drill that I've heard, they haven't sounded as good.
When I think of drill, I think of Bobby Shmurda and his crew. Once again, Bobby Shmurda just got out of his whole, thing that was happening with him. What was his name? Roddy, not Roddy Rich, but the other dude that he just came out a few months ago, a few months before Shmurda did. But that whole crew, like those guys are really like Ace Boogie with A Boogie with the hoodie. Like I know they kind of dabble in, Tory Lanez punk. Well, allegedly punk ass. Like they're kind of within that umbrella of this new New York sound.
Let's see. You said Tory Lanez?
Tory Lanez is within that crew, yeah. Well,
in Canada,
Melly, yeah. But I'm saying like
Tory Lanez is too. He doesn't have like. I don't
other than shooting women allegedly, yeah.
Like prior to like the shooting incident,
the alleged shooting, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't listen to him like that, but it's like when I did hear him, he always sounded different. Like I would say, like when I heard like Pop Smoke, he had a sound like when he did like that Lovers and Friends song, when he did that sample, had that sample on it, that song he flowed on that and it felt right.
Natural. Like the drill shit really catered to his whole sound, his vibe. Like it was like hood pretty boy shit, but not like not even diminishing just trying to find a category, like trying to think of how I view it. It was like a hood pretty boy shit. Like he talked about females, like how he'll wind it down a female, still do his own thing, still do some gutter type shit, but it had a certain flow and charisma about him. His voice, the way he rapped, the content, it was catered to him. Like he knew how to work it. He flowed with it like the best of them, especially in this generation of new rappers or artists. And he capitalized.
And see, but he was up there. He was one of the rappers that I think if he would have came out in the 90s and 2000s, he still would have did it well.
I don't know, man.
I think he would have still done well, because he was one of the ones that seems like he had the artistry down. Like he understood to figure out what his crowd wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And like he knew, like, when he did the street music, he did the street music. When he did this one's for the ladies, he did music for the ladies. He knew the formula about it. Like by the time he dropped that product, he knew the formula.
And it's crazy where not the singing portion, but like the harmonizing shit he'll do. Like it wasn't even on some like Drake type shit. It was just like
the 90s
harmonizing with a gravelly ass voice.
Like Ja Rule. What do you feel about you?
You're probably right. Even though I would hate to use him in this particular, but it makes sense. Yes. And then that's kind of ironic, because if 50 was pushing him, he was definitely doing the exact same that Ja, well, at least having that similar flow or similar sound.
Yeah.
that Ja was
Welcome to the candy shop. You know?
True. Yeah. Well, and that's a whole nother discussion because 50, I think 50 was a huge. He was hypocritical as hell with that whole viewpoint. You saw that interview he had with Sway a long time ago.
No.
How Sway asked him if you're going, you went at Ja Rule for doing the soft theme, like rapping for the females. Weren't you doing the same for 21 Questions? Weren't you doing the same for Smile for Lord Banks and shit? Like it's the same kind of content.
You know what though? You know what I like about 50? I feel like he ain't care.
But no, that is 50. You don't give a fuck.
That's what makes
everybody
good. It's like he didn't care. He's like, I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna joke for doing it.
But I think when you said prior, I think it was off camera. I don't know if you mentioned it while you hit the record, but you said that he really caters more. He could really sit into the whole early 2000s. And I was thinking of Max B. When Max B was really hot with before French Montana really getting big. Like Max B was that pretty boy hood dude. Like and even ASAP Rocky. I could say we could talk about, but he catered more towards the designer, like Wale type shit, like the designer clothes. You know what I mean? Like the kind of same lyrical content. Being more expressive other than talking about whatever you might talk about, some hood street shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, that made me think of Max B, which once again, shout out to Max B. He should be coming out of prison soon too.
But see, I was thinking too, like listen to but like who's got hurt? I listened to what's his name, CJ's, his recent like
the new Puerto Rican kid, right?
Yeah, 6 song EP, and I was like, I was like, you know what, the Whoopty, I didn't feel it, but I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Nice sound. It was a nice sound. For the streets, that shit's gonna be. If we did not have, if this Corona shit wasn't happening, Thomas, this shit it would have been really nice for the summer.
You know what? Your Florida showing.
What do you mean?
That song bangs in Florida. Your Florida showing.
It's a legitimately good song, bro. It's a good spring summer song. That shit would be popping right now. I don't even know if it's on the radio. I haven't listened to the radio for almost 5-6 months.
Like that's the thing. I can see that song. Yeah, the song because he signed with French Montana now, and and that was the thing. Like that the first 3 songs were the drill music. The last 3 songs reminded me of a watered down Sway Lee track, and it's just like he's gonna make it. He's gonna make money, and I ain't gonna knock that hustle.
I saw a little interview type thing over the over Zoom and shit, and he's really doing it for the party shit. Like he's one of those new generation artists that is not about the lyrics, it's about how it makes you, if it makes you feel good, you want to dance, that's the type of shit I'm on to be on. He could change. I don't cater to those type of artists.
See, that's the thing though. I do. I like party music. I like partying. The problem, it's like I can see like if you play some of these tracks at the club, people, they might raise the glass, they might move a little bit, but they're not going to get set off. These aren't going to get the party jumping songs. Like, and it's like, the thing is, it's going to be a microwave moment. And if we hurry this lockdown, it might do better than like right now. But because I'm like,
I see what you're saying. This is definitely in the microwave era. The past 10 years, I feel like has been a really serious, like the past 5 years, I want to say, let me try to minimalize it a bit more. I think this past 5 years has really been a microwave generation because you have this kid CJ coming in, like I mentioned before as well. He's on Busta Rhymes' most latest album with the deluxe that Busta Rhymes Extinction Level event too. And he's on there. So like, I'm like, all right, so Busta's like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, this CJ kid, he might have something. So I listened to that Whoopty song. I was like, okay, this is tough. I love the beat. He ain't really saying much on it that's supposed to be taken serious, like taken to like, oh, he's gonna be the new one. But when I heard about the Pop Smoke and comparison, I was like, all right, wait a minute. Let's not speak, because I got into Pop Smoke. I heard about Pop Smoke maybe about a year ago. Around sometime last year, I heard about Pop Smoke for the first time before he died.
That's when he was bubbling big time.
Yeah, that's when I think 2018 is when he was really starting to come into the mix, doing his mixtapes or just throwing out singles and whatever Loosies that he had. And I was okay when his album came out. They had the horrible album cover after he died. That was a whole thing. I was okay. This kid had something. He had a feature from 50. That one song, that 21 Questions sounding song was pretty dope to me. At first, I didn't like it.
It sampled 21 Questions.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. It did sample 21 Questions. Thank you. And I was okay. I can see why this kid was supposed to be the next one, especially coming out from Brooklyn. You know, Brooklyn has been known to dish out great artists, Fabulous, Biggie, Jay-Z, Joey Badass, Capital Steez, rest in peace. Like these guys, these kids, these men have come out with great content from Brooklyn. So he would have been the next one up. And that's just a damn shame that he passed the way he passed.
Had that movie come out?
Oh, have you checked it out yet?
Nah, so I'm waiting for when I can buy. You know, it's in theaters, and I'm definitely not bootlegging it because you know I represent the panels.
I thought.
Yeah, what you
I know. I thought it was. It came out. It was doing like the whole HBO thing where you kind of watch it already, like it was in theaters for a short while, and then it's gone. I haven't seen it yet either. What's called Boogie.
Boogie.
Yeah, it's an interesting premise. I mean, it looks typical as hell, but Pop Smoke looked like the snippets that I saw for him. I was like, okay, this kid might have been a real actor. He could have been doing something new, like a pop type shit.
He said he was a fun person on set, but that's the thing. See, like even that, like with that movie. Well, also one thing I reason I want to see that movie big time because that reminds me like those 90s 2000 movies. Like it's kind of like a hood movie, but it's not really a hood movie. It's like there's more. It's like a movie that anyone can watch, but it's gonna be hip hop. It's not going to be hip hop done by Scorsese or somebody. It's gonna be hip hop done by hip hop. So
yeah, like there's actual legitimate authenticity behind it. Like there's good representation, good authenticity, good music, good soundtrack, like actual visuals look gritty or not gritty, but like realistic. Yeah, I fuck with that. No, that's good though. I think drill music is awkward as hell.
That's why it's hard to say it's drill because like, all right, I'm looking at the track list for Loyalty Over Royalty. Yeah, Loyalty Over Royalty. Yeah. Like the first 3 songs, Politics, Set, Bop, or 4 songs, Politics, Set, Bop, and Whoopty. That's the drill songs. Not one of those songs is over like 3 minutes. Longest song is 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
But I mean,
like and that's the thing. Like they sound mad repetitive, but it's like they're not long. Like the longest song on that track is 3 minutes and 17 seconds. That's the outro.
You talking about that new kid, CJ, right?
Yeah, and so it's like he has a song with French Montana, which is 1 minute and 58 seconds. What's that, a minute each person?
Yeah, but like look what we just said earlier. This is a microwave era, bro, and it's just an EP.
But that's the thing, though. Try to like if any of these songs were to pop in the club, which he could perform these in the club, and he probably does. That's a good quick bag right there. Business. I ain't gonna knock it. But if I'm in the club and you play Whoopty, man, I better get like what 5 2-steps in, and that's it. Before the DJ got a lot of room to spend with that.
But check it, like old boy Jack Harlow, when he came on, hopped in or popped up, whatever the fuck the song was, that was hot for like almost the whole summer of last year, winter time and fall, like fall and winter. I forgot what the song's called. Anyways, Jack Harlow popped in with that shit, and at first I didn't want to like it, but then when I kept hearing it, and then when I heard the remix to it, I was like, okay, this kid got something. And then I heard his Tiny Desk audition. I was like, oh, this month, he's the white boy version of Drake. But it sounds good. Like I make that comparison only because of the content he's talking about. But his sound and all that, that's him.
But see,
that's him.
All right, let's go like with Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow, can't say I know much about him besides that 1 or 2 song. What's that one other song that people got a little bit popular, like Tyler Hero or something like that?
Well, it was with Tyler the Creator?
No, it's like something Hero, like some dude he was cool with. Oh wow, he took the first for Jack. It used to be Jack White, now it's Jack Harlow.
Yeah, this kid.
Tyler Hero. It's like that's the second one I remember they were trying to run with, and then I think the pandemic hit, and they were like, you know what? Let's not do this. Let's roll back. It was What's Poppin' was the one that was big. You know, they just kept adding everybody and their mama to the track. It felt like,
but what I'm saying, I think this new era of hip hop, especially with these new kids, and once again, rest in peace, Pop Smoke, that he couldn't, like, the only conversation could be with, post-homeless, like, what's how you say post-homeless?
Posthumous.
Yeah, posthumous, like, CDs and takes, like, mixtapes, EPs that he was able to do. But I think it was, go ahead.
I give you, Pop Smoke's music is going to move like Bobby Shmurda's music. Think about going to the club when you hear the Bobby Shmurda track. How long Bobby been in jail for until he got out?
Shit, almost 5 years?
His song was still playing for 5 years in the club.
The same damn
song. We're not seeing them next summer. And some of them that released music during the pandemic, we're never seeing them.
What do you mean? Give me an example if you can.
Like that we're not seeing them?
Yeah.
Like if you go out, let's say like, you go hit the bar, something like that. We out with the guys or something like that. And the DJ spinning, we're not going to hear some of these songs ever get spin.
You're probably right.
It's like,
I think you got to find it's got to be a random place for something like that to happen. So yeah,
I don't think the DJ is going to mess with it. Like you have to have you can feel the energy of certain songs. There's certain artists that I'm like, you're cool, you got good sounds, but I know like from going to so many concerts, there's some of these artists I know if I go see them in concert, I'm gonna be bored out of my mind.
Really?
Like,
and obviously that's your personal taste. See, yeah. I've never been to a lot of concerts. But
that's the thing though. It's like you can see some of these ones who they can move units, like a 6ix9ine can move units. Think about 6ix9ine can move units. Well, he probably also has a better stage performance too, but he's bad.
But I don't see that motherfucker doing much right now.
All right, like well, let's say French Montana. I saw him in concert. He moves units. And French Montana, he makes money. He moved.
Oh yeah.
He about it business. He's another artist I don't think I
can't either.
Like watch.
I can't.
He's the artist. I feel like he needs that. Like you put him on tour with a whole bunch of artists that he has singles with. That'll be a fire show. By himself, he ain't gonna.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of fair to say. I think we could say that because I think we're both similar in that respect of how we view French Montana within the hip, or at least in our ranking for.
I don't think he's going on tour with no mixtape tracks. He's gonna probably do all singles.
Yeah, but there's people that. I mean, that's the thing is.
There's people who love his mixtape. They love his rapping. He is not doing that when he's going on tour.
I don't know. I can't say because I can only speak of what I think. So I'm like, all right, and I don't know his discography like that. I never really.
Like, I've heard some people when they start going into the discography, I'm like, where are them songs at? Like, I want to hear that French Montana. Like not no Unforgettable. I want to hear like when he was like, like street French.
Yeah, but he came up with
Max B.
Yeah, so like. I think that's not. Yeah, I don't know, man. You're on that one. I can't say anything. I don't know.
But like, who was an artist now? Like that would be like on a Diddy, MOP, Drake, The Weeknd level in the club.
You talking about hip hop artists?
Yeah, hip hop R&B.
That could be. All right, so you're saying like on the same
like club anthem. Like you go into the club, you hear that song playing, you know the dance floor about to get moving.
Right now, the newer
artists. Was it one of the newer like last 5 years?
Drake, obviously.
But not Drake, because Drake been around. I feel like he's been around longer than that. He don't count as last. He's been around since 08 or 09.
I want to say Rick Ross so bad, man.
He's been around too long.
Oh, you want to say they've been getting hot? They've been getting hot this past 5 years.
Yeah, like they're newer age, like late 2010s.
He's a hip hop artist. Damn, man. I gotta bring up Jack Harlow right now, man. He's the hottest. He's one of the hottest new artists right now.
That was like it was him. Sadly, it's him and the other two are possibly dead. The only two I can think of are dead. Sadly, Pop. Nipsey had a couple of good ones that if you play him in the club, even though he had a lot of thinking ones, he has like maybe a few that he played in the club. Like even like this track or the one that goes "Check Me Out." You put that in the club, people gonna move. They're gonna move. People gonna move.
Rest in peace. Damn, man. Oh, that's not fair, Thomas. You caught me off guard with that one. I can't think of anything on the spot right now, and I'm embarrassing myself.
That's the hardest thing with it though. It's like I don't think there's too many of them that are making music like that. It's like we get like one now for every 20.
I'm not going out like that. No. I was gonna say Division, but he doesn't. No, he's not a hip hop artist, and he doesn't
R&B. R&B is part of hip hop, but the Division, that's
Kid Cudi, but he's been in the game for a minute.
Yeah,
and you don't like Kid Cudi.
I like Kid Cudi.
I'm joking.
Just I don't like Kid Cudi, boy. Mr. Man on the Moon. What you talking about?
I think after he changed his name to Titty Boy, 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz been in the game way too long.
Yeah, but he changed his name, so that kind of restarted.
No, it doesn't. That dude, he got decades. He said someone got decades. Like, come on now.
Ty Dolla $ign, he ain't a hip hop artist. I mean, he ain't a hip hop artist. Like, damn, man. All right, let's not stay on this too long. We can't stay on this too long. That could be like a 40-minute episode.
I'm hoping though, like the artists like CJ and with Bobby Smurda coming back. I'm hoping that we get more of them like bangers, like them club bangers, like. And I'm like, I want to see them develop. I hope they don't just let him. To get my thoughts together, I hope they don't just let like CJ just do his own thing. I hope they develop him into a great artist.
Well, just to probably put your mind at ease, I think one of the main reasons why we see this kid blowing up right now is because I think his uncle was a part of Diddy's team at one point.
And I think he's signed with French too. French got some. French know the club scene. He know the club scene.
Yeah. They're definitely that side of New York where Jim Jones almost level, even though they had beef at one point, or they had an altercation him and French, Jim Jones and French. But yeah, that side of New York where that party New York shit that that Diddy and them made popular, they're bringing a lot of that. They're trying to bring a lot of that good swag that New York was known for party and bullshit type stuff.
That's what we need.
I just want to stomp a motherfucker out.
Want some Annie up? What you want? You want the Annie up?
We don't talk enough about music, damn it. Even though this is just an intro portion, and I'm sure people are gonna rush through this.
It's like 20 minutes.
I think we really need to talk about music more because that's like one of my other fucking passions, even though it's mainly hip hop and R&B. But yeah, man, it's a discussion that we should really have with everybody one day. Because I think one time we talked about the type of music Virginia has. I remember that. Where the production and all that.
I don't think we do that on camera.
Nah, we can't do that. I mean, we could.
I don't think we did that on camera because you would have been wrong for the world to see, but
but it's still I like that debate behind it, whether I was right or wrong. I still like the debate behind that. So I don't know. That's probably another time we get debates like that. Maybe like a branch off from the main channel, Media Marauders. We talk about certain debatable. You know what I mean?
Sometimes just jump over because sometimes news is really slow, so we could just boom throw it in there.
Yeah, just some random shit. But all right, yes, that was the quick intro for all you subscribers, viewers, and the ones that come back to see us smiling and grinning and acting like fools. This is Media Marauders, everyone. Welcome back. We got Max, Mr. Thomas, aka Mr. Rana. As you can see, how you doing, sir? You doing good?
I'm doing good, doing great. You know what I'm saying?
You trying to hold it down with me, man? I appreciate that shit.
Hey, bring all the energy. I'm going 1,000.
We're gonna try, man. We're trying to be over that shit. As you can see, Mr. James and Mr. King couldn't make it this time. They got busy schedules. They apparently don't love us and you guys as much as me and Thomas and I do. So remember that and write that shit in the comments. Make them look at that shit. And we're always gonna be coming back regardless, irregardless. So yes, we are back. Media Marauders.
That's a word.
You said what?
Is irregardless a word?
You know what? I hate that word, and I always thought that it wasn't a word. But if you look it up, it is. It's just like people say regardless. Look it up. Irregardless and regardless can be used in the same sentence apparently. I hope they changed that shit last time.
I thought it was like I remember when they said like ain't wasn't in the dictionary, and then one day it was. They're like, nah,
it was.
Y'all said it enough. You can put it in
Words
the dictionary.
are all made up, bro.
Officially a word.
Words are all made up. They're like motherfuckers are just brave but cocky enough to be like, you know what? Ain't so fucking word now. Actually, shit's a word. Fuck's a word. Like we all there.
That moment. That's the thing I want to bring up. I ain't gonna go too deep into it because if I go too far, we might get kicked off YouTube. But
yes.
People don't make up words anymore. Like people don't sit there like, this is an item or this is an action. I can't think of a word for it. Let's make a new word. Like wherever happened to artists making a new word?
Bro, this slang is becoming new words.
Slang.
Like,
is different. Slang is colloquial. I'm talking about words like, people just be like, well, like iPhone. They're like, well, they call all Androids or all smartphones. Some people call all smartphones iPhones. It's like, you just can't.
Wait, where'd you hear that?
No, there's people who, if you like, they're older, but you hear them talk, they'll say everything's iPhone. Like, no, that's Android, ma'am, or that's smartphone, or that's not even either of them. It's just
okay. I see what you're saying. Like, where you need to explain that there's words for these things now. Like, there's no real. I mean, what I think as generations go forward, the smart motherfuckers are the ones that make all these words. Like, sometimes it's just sometimes it's shorthand, like how you want to say things. I mean, like, was it .com? Doesn't com actually mean something whenever you write out a sentence? I mean, write out a website address.
Communication. I don't know. I gotta look into. I know www stands for something.
Yeah, World Wide Web.
Yeah.
So like, there's just a way. I think when making up words and all that shit, like, it's just a time and place for all that.
Like, when's the next time they're making a word like magnesium? Like, what's the next time that's gonna happen? You know what I'm saying?
Make up another fucking scientific motherfucking bond or something.
I think I'd like to be a scientist for that reason. Just like go like, when you're the first to find something, you get naming rights.
Like, who's the motherfucker that came up? You know what? I want to say the word magnanimous. Like, yeah. What? So we just gonna say magnanimous now? That's a fucking word?
That's the thing. I'm gonna take some Latin, mix it in with some Germanic language. Bam, new word. Maybe throw some Hebrew. Get it in there,
Just a fucking random thought. As you can see, man, we're trying to make this shit laugh. We don't have a lot to talk about. We do not have a lot to talk about, man. Fuck. Nah, man, this episode, I think, is gonna be, like you can see, it's just gonna be us two. Like, we're limitless with it right now. We had no time limit on this shit.
I know we don't have to worry about a commercial this time. We're just going.
It was like, we gotta force a commercial on this one, man. No, damn, dude. It hasn't really been that busy. I don't know about you, Thomas, but it has not been that busy for me when it comes to looking and entertainment wise.
See, for me, it's been more. There's been a lot going on in the gaming industry right now, but it's more so on the business side, because I think we have like GDC showcase going on, so people are showing off their indie projects, which is a lot of indie projects out there, and they're just like to give it a shout out. If you look up the mix, I'm gonna call it the indie mix or the mix. It was hosted on IGN like 5 hours straight of like just indie video games from like some small time, or not small time creators, just like some smaller creators. And he even had a segment on this past Sunday that was all Black owned indie like game creations. So, and there was some good ones.
I think I may have come across it, but I missed that portion of it.
Yeah, it was like 5 hours. It's like one of those things you can put on the background. You're gonna see something that you like.
Yeah. So what was there anything that you remember that stood out?
There was this one. It was just like, I even started following the dude on Twitter. It was like, I can't remember the name of it, but it was give me a second. It was like a running, like an endless runner game that was. Okay. But like, the soundtrack, which was done by the creators, like one of his friends, was like a smooth jazz, like it was like a Cowboy Bebop soundtrack to it. So I remember he said that's where he was. He got some of the inspiration from Cowboy Bebop. And I was like,
shout out Yoko Kanno from Cowboy Bebop, the composer for all that shit.
What's his, like, Art Knight or something like that? I know I just added
him.
Ariel Knight, the guy. The creator, his yeah, the developer, he goes by Ariel Knight. And what is the name of his game?
You said it was like a fast pay, an endless runner type. With like, are beats involved, or is it like more you're running through?
Nah, it's just like a smooth jazz background, not smooth jazz, but like a faster jazz background. It's called, the name of the game is Never Yield. Ariel Knight's Never Yield. And it's just like, it's like one of those games. It kind of reminds me of Mirror Edge, but 2D.
And, oh, okay. So it's first person all the way through.
But it's 2D. It's 2D though.
Oh, okay.
You're constantly moving, running, jumping, sliding, hopping. Like, you're just trying not to stop. And I'm like, just like, I can't wait to play. I think it's right now, it might be PC only. But I'm like, once it comes to consoles, it's gonna be a day one buy for me. And that was just the one that stood out the most because I was just like, the art to the game was just fantastic, and I think he's been working on it for like 5 years or something like that now. But
that's good. Yeah, I'm glad you brought up a different kind of game. I feel like all we talked about is Persona these past couple of days, or maybe I just love Persona so much.
Which I was playing that earlier today, but no.
I have not been playing any new games other than Persona right now. I'm like, oh, I checked out one game. We're gonna talk about a little bit of games. Ori and the Blind Forest on PC. I got on Game Pass, on Xbox Game Pass. I'm playing that game, and it's a great Metroidvania 2D scroller type.
I think King said that, and like in the first one of the first few episodes, he talked about it.
Did he really?
That was Ori? That or Hollow Knight. Might have been Hollow Knight. I think it's Hollow Knight.
It's Hollow Knight. Yeah. Hollow Knight's a really good one. It's very challenging. It's like the Dark Souls of Metroidvania.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game, like the visuals are great. The soundtrack is really. I think that would be a good drawing background music for you there. Ori and the Blind Forest, or just the Ori series, because there's a sequel to it as well that came out 2020 last year.
So you playing with the updated graphics?
Hell yeah, man! I got the definitive version because I got that Game Pass for 3 months. So I heard him put that bitch on my hard drive, and the visuals are beautiful, man. Like the battle, the way you attack is reminiscent to Rayman as well. You ever play Rayman?
Oh yeah, Rayman was a good game.
That was a great game. So it kind of gives me that vibe. Like the mechanics for it is very fluid, very physics based, like how you move. So you have things like that occasionally will move with the wind, like just randomly. So if you mess up, you have to be on point with how you do platforming, how you platform. It's a really good game. A little bit of puzzle. It makes me think of Zelda a bit too, because you do backtracking around it as well. So yeah, that's a one. That's a suggestion for the ones out there. If you have Game Pass, don't you?
I don't have any. No, I don't have it. I have a PlayStation Now.
Oh yeah. That's right. You're the one you mentioned Game Pass. I remember one time.
I have the. I can get the. I think I can get the console one on my phone using xCloud.
Bro, and you have Bluetooth on your shit, so you can get a Xbox controller, a PS4 controller, and you can get an emulator to do it if you don't have a Xbox controller. That's what I've been doing on my laptop, bro, and it's beautiful. Great game.
You ever play Octopath Traveler?
Yes. I haven't finished it. I have it on my Switch.
It's coming to Game Pass.
Yes. Oh, it's on. Yeah, it's coming. I heard Persona might be coming to Game Pass too. What? Persona 5. Yeah. I saw something early on Twitter. Or I think on Twitter I saw.
That's the funny thing. The whole Game Pass situation is about to be interesting because people are like, there's a lot of games coming to Game Pass. I'm like, yeah, I like to see y'all have enough time to play all of them.
Yeah.
It's
a lot.
Like the whole Yakuza series up there, that alone is, if you play almost, at least I think if you play from 4 to 6, because 6 is coming up there now. If you play all those beginning to end and do everything in it, that's like a good
400 hours.
Yeah, of your life gone.
You talking about Persona 5?
Yeah, you throw that in there. That's what, another 150 hours gone. It's like,
oh my god, man.
I'm like, it's cool that they're coming, but I'm like, if you did not have these games and you want to go back and play them, it's going to be worth it. That's why I was like, that's like talk about later when I get to the Blaze Blue situation. That's what I like about PlayStation Now. It's like I could just jump in and like try a game and see what it's like and see if I like it or not.
Yeah, I think the only issue I have right now is because my laptop, I need more space for it. So I need to buy SSD card type of thing.
Or you play one game and finish it and delete it and put a new one on.
Nah, you know me, baby. I can't do that. If I see something I like, now I want that in my wish list. I gotta hurry up and download that bitch too. Because I've played things randomly. So like I've been playing Persona 5 Royal for the past like 3 weeks, just going at it. Or no, 2 weeks, because I just finished on 13 Sentinel about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So now I've been focusing. That was a really good game.
Did it stick the landing?
I think so. You know, I came in, halfway. I was about 20, maybe 20 hours. No, about 15, 20 hours in the first time I brought it up on the channel, on the podcast. When I finished it, man, the story wasn't. It should have been convoluted as hell. But if you're paying attention and like you don't take no breaks, like you don't wait. You know what? I'll come back to it in 2 months. Oh. But the thing is with this, the way they structure it, you could leave for 2 months, come back, but you're gonna have to do a lot of reading. to kind of get the idea where you are again. Like they have archives for you for like, and you can kind of follow the story. You know what I mean?
What happened last time or something like that.
Yeah, it's sort of like that, but you have to go out of your way and read it. You can't go jump into the story mode and be like, okay, yeah, what the hell is happening again? So you're gonna definitely get confused if you take a nice good break. But the ending was good. It made me feel like it really ended like an anime. Like it's something that I would have seen in an anime and I would have been happy about. Like, yeah. And I've already did my whole spiel about the battle system. Battle system wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I actually go out of my way to do the battle system first, and then I will go into the story. But the way it ended, it was nice. I liked it. I think the story mode was good. If you don't want to play the game and you just want to watch the story mode for it, you can go on YouTube. I'm sure you can find somewhere on YouTube. It's like maybe about 4 or 5 hours long.
I heard good things about the story though. Like that's one thing. Everyone I heard who's played it, and even like reviewers, I've never heard someone say anything bad about it. For me, it's just the gameplay. It's like I can't even get used to. Like I've been trying to get used to like even the visual novels, and I can't really bang with them. So.
I'm weak for them, man. I'm weak for visual novels. I'll come to realize that when I played Psycho Pass on my PS Vita, which I still haven't finished. But I enjoy
a Psycho Pass action game, you know?
Yeah, I mean that could have been dope, but like, how would it go? Like, would it be over the
simple? Simple. The game would be like Resident Evil, like the old school ones. You don't just go shooting everything. You got to figure out puzzles, solve what's going on. Simple.
I can see what you're saying. They got to be the right team for it. What studio would you want, and what game developer would you want to take that, if that's the case?
The people who doing the Resident Evil remakes.
Capcom? Oh, yeah. You said the remakes. Well, yeah, it is technically Capcom still.
Like I feel like they would be able to do it, or like a Kojima. Imagine Kojima with the Psycho Pass.
You know what? I think I would do a hot take right now. You know what? Fuck it. I think Kojima's pretentious as hell, but he makes good games.
Now think about that. Now that was Psycho Pass, yo. You know how that story?
I was hoping that'd be a hot take. Did you play the Death Stranding? No. I know we're on a completely different tangent. You never played it?
No.
Do you want to play it?
How would I do that?
Still a genius, no?
Like I was like, oh, that looks mad genius. He out there with it. Am I gonna play it? No.
That's fucked up, man. I'm curious because Kojima's seen as one of the best game developers, directors. He makes games he makes movies out of games, and I'm like, all right, bet. Metal Gear, great game. That PT demo, beautiful. Guillermo del Toro, you did beautiful with that shit too. But I'm looking at Death Stranding, I'm like, this looks like some deep pretentious bullshit. And I'm all about being pretentious. I can be pretty pretentious my damn self. But I'm like, I just feel like you're kind of sucking your own dick there, Kojima. I don't know. Censor me. I'm sorry. I apologize. I hope I didn't offend you with that, but I'm not going to edit that out. Or
raise the volume up even higher on it. I'm like, yeah, that's what he said. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I would definitely stand on that ledge, hot take, whatever. I think Kojima can be overhyped.
But that's the thing, though. Like Death Stranding, art piece. And I understood it was going to be an art piece. Like when I saw that, I was like, when they were showing that game, people were like, we're trying to figure out what this is like. It's going to be an art piece. Am I going to want to play it? No. But it was, he was making a point with the story. It's like, you know what? I won't say I won't play it. Like I should probably check and see if I have it in my PlayStation collection. If I see it, I will download it, play it, and run with it. But it's not it's not my normal cup of tea. It's like It's like I could do stealth, I could do action based, I could do lore heavy, but
what is this category? What is Death Stranding category?
Action.
Is it?
Yeah, there's fighting in it. There's fighting and
I see gameplay. I've seen trailers. I've seen little bit of reaction videos for it. And I'm like I said, I'm talking shit. Just me mainly talking shit just to get it out the way. But this is a game that I do want to check out eventually. I just think the level of depth, I think the level of what you do in that gameplay, like the journeying, like of course, like the beginning, you're always gonna have to unlock certain things to make it a bit easier because you have to learn the game. I get that portion. It's just from what I've seen, and I spoke to one of my friends about this game as well months ago, or sometime last year when the game came out, and he's a big Kojima fan as well. He's very into the artsy portion of ball. Shout out my boy Mike. He's really, really big into that, Kojima just in general. And when he explained this game to me, and I asked him, "Did you like it?" and he paused. Don't quote me, Mike. If you're watching this, man, don't hate me. But he paused. He paused, and there was a moment of hesitation because I feel like obviously you should be able to judge and criticize anything you enjoy. I think as a real fan, you should be able to criticize somebody's work regardless of it being good or bad.
You want to stand for it?
Yeah, like just don't make excuses. And that's not. I'm not saying that's what my boy did. I think when he paused, it's like he didn't want to say why he didn't like it as much, but he said he liked it. But when you pause and you try to find out, like, you liked something or you appreciate somebody's body of work, even though it might not be that great, you still appreciate what they put out there. They put their blood, sweat, and tears into. You don't want to really say anything bad about it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, I think in that moment of hesitation, it's like you're finding something good to say.
See, I could say that. I think that's why I didn't want to play it though, because like I like Metal Gear, I like Zone of the Enders. I don't remember. Did he do Silent Hill?
No, that's Konami.
But
that's Konami.
But yeah, Konami was I didn't know if he worked on Silent Hill, but I know Zone of the Enders. I was a fan of the story that he did with Zone of the Enders. And I was a fan of what he did with Metal Gear. I feel like Death Stranding he wanted to do his take on a post-apocalyptic world storytelling, because he did mech storytelling, he did espionage storytelling. Now he's like, hey, what happens if the world's all messed up?
You got aliens.
Yeah, and it was just like, and people have to walk around with these babies. I tell you, the easy way to give you not to play a game, throw a baby in it. It was
the best way to get some kind of sentimentality out of it as well.
Like,
I mean, all jokes aside, this is me just talking shit, and I know we just talking shit, and I think I haven't played the game, so I can never demonize it, talk shit about it officially. But from what I see,
that's the thing. I heard like there's revolutionary, because no matter what he does, he's gonna do revolutionary game mechanics, and it's like, are they something that people want to steal? Who knows? But
well, shout out Kojima, man. You still are a genius in our eyes. At least the games that I played, they're really good. I still got to play the most recent Metal Gear Solid game. I still haven't finished it.
What?
Yeah. I still haven't finished that game. I have not. I played the first. I played like 3 hours of it. I was like, okay, I think I had enough for one day.
Phantom Pain?
Yeah, you said which one? Yeah, Phantom Pain. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. My favorite Metal Gear game has been it's a duel between Sons of Liberty and Snake Eater.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm that guy. I'm still hold those. Snake Eater is going to be a staple because of the time that I played it, and the impact it had on me at that time. But Kojima, shout out to you, baby boy. You're doing it. You're still doing it big. I'm glad you got your own game development studio team, whatever. So
can't wait to see what he does next.
I mean, I'm hoping for a PT to come back. I'm hearing rumors that still might happen.
If he does that, I'm going to be waiting for his next game.
You say what?
If he does that, I'm going to be waiting for his next game. I don't like horror games like that. They don't.
Oh, you bugging, man. I enjoy horror games for its aesthetic and its message. Like it's just the feel, the atmosphere of horror games. I appreciate it, especially just watching them. Sometimes I don't even want to play them. I'll just watch somebody else play if I don't feel like I really want to be that scared.
I don't know. Well, I don't know. They're not my cup of tea. Like those ended with, sadly, with Parasite Eve and Resident Evil in them.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like.
So you're definitely that 90s, like I like the real classic 90s feel.
No, I just didn't like zombies.
Oh, okay, you're not a big fan.
I don't like zombies and monsters and stuff. Well, I like monsters. I just don't like zombies. Like if you do an Onimusha style game, it's like you gotta mix them in with something I like for me to play them. So like if you do like maybe zombies in space, I might play it. But
I think Capcom held a held a great position when it came to their horror action adventure games.
Like
I keep
Cry.
Yeah, that's the game I was thinking of. I think Devil May Cry for its longevity, like just Devil May Cry
was up there
the first
too.
one. Yeah, I never played that one, but I know that design, the way it looks. I've always appreciated Capcom's visual aesthetics when it comes to their games. I use aesthetics way too fucking much. I didn't even fucking word. But yeah, I think
just the source.
like the vibrancy. No, but seriously, I think just their position within the game industry was great, and shout out to them as well for coming back.
They got a new one coming.
Well, I'm saying, like, there was a huge, come on, we can't ignore the fact that they were slacking and being like just not doing very good within the past 10 years. Fucking between 2000, I'll say about between 2005 to about 2011. I didn't really see them coming out much. I'm talking about their AAA games, like their title games.
Generation?
Yeah.
You played Dead Space?
Yeah, that's not Capcom. That's EA Sports. That's EA. Oh, not EA. Is that EA?
Dead Space was Capcom.
No.
It was one of them.
No.
They had a space.
They had not Lost Odyssey. They had one.
They had one that was
one fucking shooting. They had one shooting game on. I think I know what you're talking about, but that was more dealing with terraforming type shit, like killing insects and stuff, or monsters.
See, keep going. I don't see if I can find them right quick.
No, yeah. I gotta give Capcom for his flowers now for the past 3 or 4 years in the game so far. Like these past 3 years, I'm talking about back like between 5 to about 2010 or 11. They weren't doing very good.
2010 is when they were doing the Dead Rising series.
Yeah,
that was on Xbox. People loved that. 2006 was Dead Rising.
Yeah.
2010 was Dead Rising.
Yep.
That's when they were experimenting also with the Resident Evil series.
Yeah, Resident Evil 5. You know what? And I get it. Like people like those. There's a reason why there's a Dead Rising fucking 6 or something like that. People enjoy those type of games. People love. The US is known for loving their zombie games, movies, paraphernalia, whatever. They're known for that. But in Japan, if you look at the sales, I think for like zombie type media in Japan, they didn't sell as well in Japan than compared to the United States.
I never understood the love of like zombies, like Walking Dead and all that stuff.
Love with anything zombies, man. It's just it's a certain demo for people. They love that post-apocalyptic. You know, if you had to take out somebody you loved, if they turn into zombie, would you kill them before or after? You know, people like that not the fantasy, but the horror element of decision making and how to survive, a post-apocalyptic survival type shit. Like I get the appeal. I'm just not a big fan.
Yeah, me either. You know, like I lived in a city that did the whole zombie run. That was always. Yeah. No. They had wait. What were we saying? Between 2005 and 10, they were dropping some bangers.
I'm saying like when it came to. I can't say they were bringing out bangers because I don't see it. Okay. And I'm talking about me. I'm talking about how I view it, like the games that they were dishing out.
I was about to say because they were dropping ones that were moving units
and even I think Street Fighter 4 was doing good, even though they brought out Super and Ultra, the same fucking game.
Street Fighter 4 was in that. I'm gonna say, yeah.
And then 5 came out. 5 came out 16.
I think 5 came out during the 4 era, so that was
Yeah. So I think 5 was slacking tremendously at one point. So like I just saw it's a certain wave of
Resident Evil 5 dropped in that time period.
Yeah, and I did not think Resident Evil 5 was a good game. But if you look at the sales, it's gonna be completely different from how I feel.
That's what I'm saying. I was thinking like they've like Capcom, they haven't missed a beat. Well, they missed beats here and there because Street Fighter 5 did miss a beat. That's surprisingly. That's when they surprisingly missed a beat. That and Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite were the 2 games that they released that just like Street Fighter 5, they brought it around, but Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, that's the one they they dropped. They're like, you know what? It was too bad up the gate that they didn't even try to recover it.
If I got to take back the gap, I would. But if we're gonna, and also if we're gonna talk about the sales, I'm gonna have to take back everything I said. I'm talking about just what they were doing with their games, like the
impacts were hitting though. Like the impacts were hitting.
I can't say that, Thomas.
Devil May Cry series, and like you had Devil May Cry 4, which kind of had like people were kind of like, well, you know, a little bit tired of Dante. Like, oh, you tired of Dante being that way? How about this DMC? And then people were like, we want Dante back.
So, I didn't even hear that narrative. I don't know where that narrative started that people were tired of Dante.
They weren't tired of him, but they were kind of like, you know, making jokes on him being cheesy. And then they went, then they like, in Capcom, listen, oh, you think he's cheesy? We'll do this other Dante. And then they're like, oh no, never mind, bring cheesy Dante back.
I think I
like DMC though. So
DMC was a good game, but you know the argument there was if it was a completely different character, completely different world, completely different series, it would have been a better game. And I understand that narrative, but I'm like, all right, y'all, it's still a fucking good game.
That was just people who are tied too much to the character being a certain way, and well, it was you make Dante Travis or something like that, and people are, we like it, like Devil May Cry in a different part of the world, and the guy named Travis is also Nephilim. People are, oh yeah, that's a cool story. But once you call him Dante, it ain't Dante. But,
I can't stand people, man. Not just one of those people.
I know.
He won't play this game because and you could see the man.
But that's the thing, like Dragon's Dogma, because Dragon's Dogma, that was another good one. That was a hit. Like if you played it when it came out, Dragon's Dogma was a hit, and that like it hit more in Japan because I don't know why it hit more in Japan, because for some reason they made an online game, they never brought it over here, and like I think it's still going in Japan. I'm like, why didn't y'all release that over here too? But you know, you saw they just got a Netflix anime based off of it.
I heard it wasn't very good.
It was not. But
did it deter away completely from the game, or?
Oh no, it took place before the game. It was like I think you were playing as the original. Like it was the story of the original arisen from the game. That game has a one of them fantasy storylines, so it gets there. It goes there.
It goes like all over the place with the fantasy aspects.
I think the thing you never played it, did you?
No, I never got into the Dragon Guard or Dogma, Dragon's Dogma. I never got into any of those games.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you got that Guts armor, that'd have been it for you.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I was running around the Griffith armor the whole time. Once I found, I was like, yo, you have Griffith and Guts' armor in this game? Yo,
you know what though? I don't subscribe to that type of fan base where if it's something that I enjoy outside of that particular media, like if they make a Berserk game and it looks like trash, I'm sorry, I can't really go out of my way and buy it.
That was it. I'm saying like Dragon's Dogma. When I found this is another tangent, God. But like when I found the armor for the Guts armor and Dragon's Dogma, like I was enjoying the game already. I was like, yo, you got Guts' armor in here? Let me go start. I was using like daggers or something. I was gonna go get a great sword. I gotta
Black Swordsman.
I was like, I gotta get it. I got it because you cutting off limbs and stuff when you're playing the game too. So it's like if they took that game
I'm in the Berserk world. I like this.
I was like, it felt like Berserk. I was like, yo, if you take this and make a Berserk game, I would play it.
Yeah, but they've actually made Berserk games with the whole, I think Dynasty Warriors, like
they did.
Yeah, and I don't think it did very well.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Dragon's Dogma though was more like Dragon's Dogma plays like Berserk. Like you can use magic, but you can't really use magic unless you're a magic user. And then like when people get stabbed, they get like impaled and stuff like that. It's a good world. Like they have it on PlayStation 4 now. Like if you get a chance, if you ever see like for $9.99, I say pick it up, give it a try. It's not gonna be the same because you won't be able to do it. Well, I think it's still the pawn system's still in there. But it's one of those games that it was better if you and your friends are all playing at the same time. So like because
you kind of just going,
you could trade party members and stuff.
It makes me think of like MMO type games, like the way the movement, like the battle system or whatever. I don't know. I gotta watch more. Maybe I'll think of another game.
It was more like a Monster Hunter ish, where you could climb up on monsters and hydras and cut off their heads and stuff like that.
Dude, that's another game I couldn't get into.
You just don't like Capcom, what you're saying?
No, I love. They brought Devil May Cry. It's one of my favorite.
You don't like Capcom
franchise. I like Resident Evil as well. I'm definitely getting 8. I think that's why I think Capcom has been a hit and miss game developer for me, because for me personally, there hasn't been a lot of franchises within their gaming, within their team that I've enjoyed. Or I wanted to go out and play.
You ever play Chaos Legion?
No. I ain't that guy, man.
It was like Devil May Cry with summons, but like I'm gonna tell you.
I'm sorry. It's just a lot. Capcom has been a hit and miss developer or studio for me. But I will always give them their flowers. Like I said, Devil May Cry and Resident Evil are the 2 franchises that have AAA games that have always stood out for me. But when it comes to anything else, like, what is it? No, it's not. Is that Capcom that did the first Nier?
No, that's Square.
That's Platinum. This Square. That's right. They're the developers for it.
They all aren't the same.
Yeah, you're right. You are correct. No, but and that's another game that I can't fucking wait for. That's gonna be
next month.
Next month, man. It's like the 23rd. That's
I gotta reserve my copy, so it just downloads when I'm at work or something.
This is almost still like the intro. Like we're just talking about random games.
I know. Yeah, I was sure. I was like, how did we get here? I was like, no, we started with Kojima before, and then now we're in Capcom.
But this is the shit that I'll be talking about. This is stuff that why I wanted to make this channel, like, because this is like podcast, YouTube shit. You can just walk around, talk about whatever, and you could just be in the background. We could be in the background just talking some shit, and someone be like, "Wait a minute, what they say? Hold on, rewind that real quick. What the fuck this motherfucker say about Capcom?"
I'm telling you, I was like, when you talk about Capcom, though, like I think for me, I'm extremely biased because they have had a lot of my favorite games throughout my life, like back in the arcade system playing Captain Commando and that. I like that's when it was like Konami used to be out there with them. They decided they didn't want to make games anymore. Like, we don't want to make video games. Like, they found they make more money making pachinko machines. They were out.
But now it's like Banco, right? Banco with Bandai and Banco. No, it's called Banco. The
Bandai
same
Namco.
people that make Bandai and Namco. Yeah. I'm talking about. Forget it. No, that's Konami. All right, my bad. I'm talking about something else. Because I'm thinking about the Tell series. That's Banco.
No, they're still making games. But like Konami was just like, hey, we can make pachinko machines and make more money than producing these video games. So, yeah.
I think a lot of certain developers are definitely, that would be a nice good research topic, just to see certain game developers rise and fall.
That's the thing. They didn't fall. They just found out they could make more money. And they were just like, hey, we don't got to pay what?
Fuck that.
It's like, yo, think about it. You find out you can make slot machines with all the same people you already have working for you. Less of a risk.
Motherfuckers.
And then they just ran out their titles now to people who want to make their games.
And they definitely got a bunch. I've seen some of those pachinko machines like on TV and YouTube. They got rows, like a building full of them, man.
It's like Sega still has theirs. Sega got theirs out there over there making money. I don't know if Nintendo has them. I feel like Nintendo would have them though.
Well, anyway, I think Capcom is stepping it up. I will give them. I'm giving them flowers. They deserve it. They're doing a lot better. I don't know how this turned into a Capcom.
We were talking about Kojima and then turned it to Capcom.
Yeah, we really did. Shout out Capcom, man. All them motherfuckers, y'all are killing it right now, man. Keep killing it. But all right, hold up. I figured we could try to move to a certain topic. Like I said, not much, man. Spring is right around the corner. Spring is going to be this Saturday. Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. Both of us obviously don't care because neither of us are wearing green.
Oh, no, I have green pants on.
Oh, okay. Well, that's you then. You leave me out there by myself. Appreciate that. But no, spring is going to be this Saturday.
Disappear.
So what?
I was wondering if
line green edge.
Just my top half floating.
Well, I definitely am not wearing green, and I'm okay with that because there's no one here to pinch me. So I'm escaping that abuse. But yeah, with a new season and seeing that this is obviously an anime channel, I wanted to kind of bring up certain. I wanted to bring up some of the anime that's going to be coming out this spring. We enjoy anime here, as you obviously haven't noticed. And with this new season, man, the shit that I've been seeing, there's a long list. There's a lot coming out this spring. So I'm not going to talk about each one. I'm not doing that. You came to the wrong channel if you want to know every single thing that's coming out over. I'm not doing that. What I'm going to do is be completely biased and talk about things that I think is going to stand out this season. So starting off, first of all, I got to shout out to one of the best animes ever known to man that's been around in the game for more than 10 years. One Piece is definitely still going heavy.
That's right.
One Piece, I stopped at, bro, I'm on 300. I'm on episode 329 right now. I'm still so much
like 600 something more to go.
Yeah, yes sir. Thank you for fucking reminding me. Well, Toei Animation still doing the production for it and all that. So shout out One Piece, man. Y'all fucking killing it every fucking day. Another anime, I guess I should mention, My Hero Academia 5th season to be coming out April 3rd. So I stopped at season 3. I don't know if I stopped at season 3. I couldn't bring myself to come back to it. I'm going to come back to it, but
wait, it's only on 4 seasons, right?
Season 5 is coming out.
You sure?
Fourth season, yeah, it's
third season.
Third season? Unless I'm confused and I'm on the 4th season. Third season, where I stopped at, spoilers, where Deku shows a new power. And his whole body glows now in his eyes. He fights the destruction dude. That he could crumble shit.
Overhaul?
With the long nose.
That's the most recent season.
That's season 4?
That was the most recent season. I think there's only 3 seasons. Like the manga's mad far, but no, I think that's the most recent season.
They're saying season 5 right here. This is like a legit. I'm looking this up on livechart.me.
I don't know if they mess with him.
Anyway, My Hero is I guess is a shout out for that. Not talking about that. Not talking about that either. Slime. New season of Slime. Where the motherfucker the isekai about the guy that reincarnates as a slime. That's a new one coming out. I'm definitely going by these because I'm going to the one that I want to talk about the most. I'm going to be talking about one of the standout animes I think is going to be it's going to be really important this season or really enjoyable this season because I've been reading
4. You're right. That was season 4. Overhaul was season 4.
Overhaul. There you go. That's the thing. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Season 5 could be the newest one that's coming out. But this anime I'm about to speak on is it's a comedy, romance, and slice of life. So Thomas, we both in there with the slice of life, baby. So it's got I got you. Hold up. This I've been reading this manga for about a year and some change, like about a year now, and it's called the Japanese name for it is called, I'm butchering it, Ichiranade Nakataro-san, which translates to I'm pretty sure it translates to please don't bully me, Nakataro-san. And a quick synopsis about this. I enjoy this. It's funny. It's kind of demented a bit, but Nakataro is a freshman in high school who loves teasing and torturing her older male classmate. What's her motivation and why the senpai put up with her? Sorry. What's the motivation and why the senpai put up with her? Does Nagataro just want to create misery for her senpai? Or maybe she secretly likes him? And you know what, Thomas? You can judge me with your fucking penetrating eyes all you want, your smug fucking lips. But this I've been reading this manga for a while. It's definitely slice of life, but it's comedy, romance involved in it as well. And I'm a chump for it, but I enjoy the dynamic between Nagataro and her senpai, her older classmate, her upperclassman. And it's just really funny dynamic between the two. She really I think it kind of brings a good kind of it brings a lot of good comedy into it. And when I can read something and it makes me laugh out loud, in the visuals and the dialogue between the characters, or just the whole body, all the characters in the body of work can make me laugh out loud, I think that deserves a type of praise towards the artist. Oh man, if I can look it up later. I could find the name, the author of the manga. But nah, it's funny, man. It has little moments of good wholesomeness between the two characters, and the side characters make it enjoyable as well. I won't talk too much about it, or at least spoil too much about it. But it's gonna be a good anime. It's gonna be coming out April 10th of this year. So, well, obviously.
What service?
It says it's gonna be on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it says it's gonna be on Crunchyroll and Funimation. Most likely the most popular two streaming services.
Well, they own Funimation owns Crunchyroll, so I wonder how long before they just merge them.
That's true. That is true. I forgot about that announcement. But no, it's gonna be funny. There's no real itchy shit like that. No real fan service shit like that. There are little moments, but it's mainly for the humor. It's not because the camera angle is just specifically in that angle. You know what I mean? So you can judge me all you want. I don't care. But yeah, please don't bully me, Nagatoro. I think it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be a standout anime in my opinion. And the voice acting so far for the Japanese version it sounds spot on, especially for the main lead, the main female lead. And that's like an important part because she has a distinct look about her. I forgot the look that it's called. It's not a yandere or a kudere or a tsundere or some shit like that. But it's a certain, like they have a certain demented look, but it's for the laughs. It's all for laughs. But yeah, that's gonna be one that I feel like gonna stand out. Shaman King is the next one. That's gonna be coming out. I never really watched the old anime. I've seen bits and pieces of that first time it came out. It was back on Fox Kids. So you know how long ago that shit was.
You know what got me? I saw that trailer recently and I started thinking, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
Oh, it's gonna be under I don't know this studio, but Studio Bridge has this one. And I don't know if that really matters.
When I saw it, I saw the trailer. And I remember the show, and I remember the Shonen Jump. I used to have a few Shonen Jumps with it. I was like, I don't know if I want to like this now that I'm an adult.
Oh, okay. So it's definitely a battle anime, though.
Yeah, but okay. It's one of those things. It's just, you got a guy who's like, hey, I just want to be happy, hanging out with my ghost friends. And it's just like, oh yeah.
Oh, so I gotta start fighting.
It's like
I feel like it gets really convoluted. Well, let me read the premise for the ones that don't know. On a starry night, middle schooler Manta meets Yo Asakura, a young shaman who has the ability to talk to spirits and also has the ability to let them possess him to use their powers. Yo has a heavy duty on his shoulders. He must become the Shaman King by winning the Shaman Fight, a tournament between shamans that happens only every 500 years. That doesn't sound typical at all. Joined by a spirit medium fiance.
Mm-hmm. You see? yeah, I'm telling you.
Are you like 12? All right, you know what, Japan? All right, cool. Joined by his spirit medium fiance Anna Koyoyama, his personal samurai spirit Amidamaru. I'm sorry. And his other friends, Yo, must also face a larger evil. How? A powerful man who aims to create a new world with only shamans by becoming the Shaman King himself. Very typical Shonen Jump anime.
And that's the thing. It's like, I was like, am I going to like this when it comes out again? Because I was getting hyped. Like, oh, they're bringing Shaman King back. I was like, I really like Shaman King at a certain point in life. So, I don't know. But I liked Orphan when they brought it back. So, I might.
I didn't like the presentation of Orphan, but I didn't watch it. I saw a little bit of a trailer for it. And I felt like, I don't think I'm going to like this.
See, for me, it was I had that history of, I remember I loved the game. I loved the original anime. And so it was kind of like, it's just a retelling of the same old anime, just done in 2020.
Better visuals? How can you, does it look better? And is the presentation better? Oh, really? Than the old anime?
Yeah, because old anime had that old anime look when the faces are like,
oh, okay.
Your eyes just be big for no reason.
Like the game was popular, so let's hurry up and just put an anime out.
No, the game was because the anime was that popular.
Oh, so the game came from the anime.
Yeah, the game came from the anime.
Shit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I never really got into Orphan, but I hope Shaman King does something, man. I know but your demographic doesn't really appeal to the whole young kids fighting each other.
That's when I was a fan, I'm talking about, I had the video games, like the tactic RPG video game with Shaman King.
You were like, what, 14, 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? So of course, yeah, I figure you might your taste for it is probably just not the same. You appreciate the nostalgia for it, but maybe you're having something new.
And I was kind of mad when they didn't put him in Jump Force, even though they sold him off to some different company. But I was nah, he should have been Jump Force.
That's probably why. Well,
That's definitely exactly why.
I hope Bridge does a good job. Studio Bridge does a good job of presenting it because I would love to get into it. It seemed like something I would have enjoyed growing up.
And they actually have
So
like the actual like story go far enough where they can actually keep going. It was one of the. I think they had that same issue as like Full Metal Alchemist the first time they had when they were
okay.
like when
And
they
then Brotherhood came out, and everyone said, "Yeah, Brotherhood is really good."
yeah, because Brotherhood's the actual manga adaptation,
Exactly. Yeah.
and I think it had that same issue if I remember correctly with Shaman King the first time. It was like they got to a point where they're like,
Let's just wing it.
yeah, and then Four Kids was known for just
Bastardizing.
picking up animes that weren't for children and say hey, it's gonna be for children, and they get to a part like, oh, how do we make this for children?
I mean, have you seen Dragon Ball Z? Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z before? I mean, at the first time Toonami got it, they switched up a lot. They didn't show blood, any of that. Like, Piccolo's arm getting chopped off. I think they used green blood.
It's hard to even find like those original episodes.
Like the censorship.
You like no, there's a Dragon Ball, the Dragon Ball Z that we grew up on. Like just Dragon Ball Z is nearly impossible to find. You can only find Dragon Ball Z Kai.
The original.
Yeah, the original is hard to find.
I thought I saw something. You could probably watch on Hulu.
Nah, Hulu has Kai.
Really?
There was a copyright called something with the music of the Dragon Ball Z.
Oh shit!
On the music creator, the whoever was director of music on it was found to plagiarize almost every song in that anime. So now it's nearly impossible. Like unless you have like someone with VHSs or convert the VHSs over to like MP4s.
Shit, that would be a great '90s fucking party just to have that in the back. Anyway, all right, let me keep going. This one I brought this particular anime up before it was even announced the date that was released. It's called, the Japanese name for it is Fumetsu no Anata I, which in the English version it's called Eternity to Your Eternity. And I brought this, like I said, I brought this up last time. And a quick synopsis, which is a lot shorter than what I did last time. A lonely boy wandering the Arctic regions of North America meets a wolf, and the two become fast friends, depending on each other to survive the harsh environment. Why did I say it like that? But the boy has a history, and the wolf is more than meets the eye as well. This is the same. This manga is by the same person that made A Silent Voice, the really popular anime that came out back in 2016, I want to say. And I'm looking for Brains Base is gonna be the one doing the studio. It's gonna be doing production for this. I've never heard about them either, but I'm sure I've seen one of the animes possibly in the past. And with that synopsis, it doesn't really. I feel like it still doesn't do it much justice. But I do that. Oh my bad.
I could just saw like that trailer pop up.
Oh, you looking at the trailer?
I think I could have sworn I just saw it pop up. To Your Eternity.
Yeah, To Your Eternity. It's gonna be a good one, man. If it goes by what the manga is doing, I haven't caught up in the manga, but the action scenes for this, because there's some fighting scenes in this. There's a lot of fighting scenes in it. Like it takes a bit of time in the manga. They might speed through certain things, which I wouldn't mind too much, honestly. It's very dialogue heavy, very growth. There's a lot of growth. Like you follow this character as he grows older, or he or she grows older. Let me put that out there. Exactly. So it's explained to you in a roundabout way what this thing is. And I'm not trying to spoil anything, but it's one of those. It makes like the visuals for it, even in the manga, it made me think of Studio Ghibli, like the way it looks. This artist, I can't believe I forgot her name. I'm pretty sure it's a woman, mangaka artist, but she pays great attention to details for her characters and her story. If she's storyboarding all of this, I'm sure not by herself, but the creation of this world and the powers and the presentation of those powers and the explanation, she did a great, incredible job for it. I think this anime is going to definitely be a standout, and I hope it is.
It looks like it's coming to Crunchyroll.
Yeah, it's coming out April 12th also. So in Japan, so I guess the next day for early access or And then there's this one. There's JC Stab, and JC Stab seems like they're known for a lot of shonen anime, and it's one of the ones you brought up one time. Eden Zero.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna like this, but I figured it would be something that you might want to look into.
Oh yeah, I'm watching it.
Yeah, I don't. It just looks like a carbon copy of Fairy Tail, but that's because of the design.
That's why you're wrong, because Fairy Tail was a carbon copy of his other anime.
Well, I'm saying just the way
was
it
looks.
Rave
Master?
I think Rave Master. But Fairy Tail is 10 times more popular than Rave Master.
I know, but hey, it was like the main character is a carbon copy of the main character of Rave Master.
Well, let me give a synopsis for the ones that gone this far in the video. It is year X492, an age in which people freely travel through the universe. Rebecca, a video creating VTuber, visits the robotic world of Grand Bell and meets a young man with special powers, Shiki, who's lived this entire life among machines. Soon, Shiki exploring the cosmos with Rebecca, encountering new places, people, and things, and making friends along the way. Yeah, good old shonen shit right there.
See, all right, I want to share my screen right quick. Just so I can point out exactly how much of a carbon copy is from Rave Master.
I believe you, but show the audience.
It's like this is where it's like, I don't know.
Like
that guy right there looks just like the one of the main characters from Fairy Tail. He looks just like Jalal or something.
I bet. Yeah, and even the mascot.
Yeah, that white thing, the plume thing, was in Fairy Tail. And they also had a crossover in the mangas that he.
I'm sorry, man. Call me a hater, bro. But like, if you're reusing the same design, you're not even trying to make anything look different, bro. I'm sorry.
That's a guy from Fairy Tail. See, that's the thing. Like, you telling me he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He's like, hey,
I don't like that.
Hey, yo, if you think about it, Rave Master, he had video games released for Rave Master. He had maybe some video games released for Fairy Tail, and he already has games set up to release for Eden Zero, and that hasn't even hit animes yet. Like, this dude is like that. Like, he knows what he's doing to get his money.
But doesn't it kind of come off lazy? I mean, obviously he's a millionaire. He got to do what the fuck he wants.
That's his style. I don't know if he's a millionaire, but that's his style. Yeah. It's like the company might be a millionaire. You know how they do it over there. He might not be a millionaire. But he has a distinct. He's one of those ones like Toriyama who has a distinct style. Like, if you look at Chrono Trigger, all the characters look like they could be in Dragon Ball Z. So
I'm not. That's not Fairy Tail. All that I couldn't get into it. I watched like the first 5 episodes and I just could not get into it. So I mean, I could understand the hype, but no. I mean, more power to him. I hope Eden Zero does a great job. It's not, the synapses didn't appeal to me. The visuals don't look. I mean, I haven't seen the trailer for it, but just the cover art doesn't look that great to me. But don't judge a book by its cover.
You don't like space. Let me tell you, you don't like space animes. You don't even like Cowboy Bebop. You should hear the trash he talks about Cowboy Bebop. You should hear the trash he talk off camera.
I will hunt you down, sir. Don't you dare come at me with that shit. I love Cowboy Bebop, man. I like fucking Carolyn Tuesday. But you know, that's my demographic anyways. That's just a great fucking
you know who doesn't like that? Cowboy Bebop fans, just saying.
Shut up. It's the same director. You have to like Carolyn Tuesday.
Don't even like Trigun. Doesn't even like Trigun.
I love Trigun. Oh, don't do that. That's technically not a space. Well, it kind of is. It's sci-fi. It's definitely sci-fi elements in it. Definitely sci-fi elements. But it's not really in space. There's one episode in space. One. But okay. I hope Eden Zero does a good job. I might watch it. I think
it's gonna hit. It's gonna hit. I even like. I remember seeing people with like Fairy Tail tattoos. Like, they have a built-in fan base already.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he has a devoted fan base that's gonna follow him through thick and thin, and that's cool.
I will say though, as a Fairy Tail fan, if you're ever tempted to buy the Fairy Tail game for PlayStation 4, do not do that.
I heard that was all right. The Fairy Tail game.
All right, it's like a watered down version of the All-Tier series.
Oh, so like a lot of synthesizing and shit.
No synthesizing. Just the game, just the battle system. That's about it. And doing fetch quests. And it's the retelling of the same exact story that's already in the anime.
Yeah, that's gotta be a specific fan. A specific fan is gonna be into that shit.
I don't even think a fan's gonna be into it because I'm a big fan. It was just like playing it. Like if you're not a fan of the anime and you play it, then you don't even know what's going on. Because it's like, hey, a time jump just happened and something just happened in the anime, and it's like where the time jump happens in the anime is where the game starts.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it moving. I'm actually low key kind of excited for this, even though I haven't finished the first season. I tend to not finish a lot of things now that I think about it. But my wife really got into this the first season. This one, Zombieland Saga Revenge, with the idols, the girls that are zombies, but they're idols. They brought back to life to be actual idols. It's actually pretty funny, the first season. But yeah, they're making the second season, and Studio Mappa is doing this one as well. And we've said before, they've been killing the game these past couple, past year, this year. You said what?
I'm not watching it.
Oh, I mean, no, I get it. Trust me, I would understand why someone wouldn't want. It's a comedy, music, supernatural. That's what that's the genre for.
So fancy slice of life.
I mean, sure, but it's actually a legitimate funny series, man. The girls, there's, like I said, I haven't finished with the girls that I remember in there. Is like each one is from a different certain era too. Like you have one that's from the 1960s, one from the 1980s, 90s, 2000, right? Like present. And you just see their personalities, how they kind of contrast each other. You know, it's funny. There's funny moments, really funny moments, and I hope the second season does good because I'm gonna come back to this one when I finish the first season. That's something I want to do with my wife when I get back. But getting past that, I don't want to stay on this topic too long. This one, I think you and I would definitely be hype about because the first season was enjoyable. Nomad, Megalobox 2.
Oh yeah.
My boy Killer Joe coming back.
A retelling of an old boxing anime.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna do this next season though.
Well, I think because the first season pretty much wrapped up what the first original was about, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I really got to go back and look at because I can't remember what was the exact. Because the name's Japanese, so it's slipping me. But Megalobox is based off of another manga.
Yeah, Junkyard Joe or some shit like that. Or Junk Dog Joe? Something.
I think that was the main character for
the first anime.
Yeah.
The original.
Because the name Joe, I think it's where it
yeah, because he doesn't know his actual name. He's like an orphan or some shit.
Yeah, it's based off of it was the 50th anniversary of the manga Ashita no Joe.
Ashita no Joe. Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm looking. I don't know if the same studio that did the first season, but it's TMS Entertainment. And I love the visual for the first season. And I hope they keep that. From what it looks like in the trailer, it looks the same, no?
That's what it was looking like. It was oh wow. So that was thing said, all right, Ashita no Joe had like a good following. It had arcades and games going up to 2003. Stage play, radio drama, animes, and then Megalobox. That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how long Ashita no Joe ran compared to. Yeah. See, I guess they have a lot of source material if they follow it because Ashita no Joe ran from January 1st, 1968 to May 13th, 1973.
Damn.
So they have
quite a few years.
Yeah. But
the genre for this is slice of life. I hope you know that. Yeah. Action, drama, sci-fi, slice of life, sports.
I don't believe it. I believe it definitely. I believe it's sports.
You know what though? Like the first, I don't know why I always got Cowboy Bebop vibes. I think it's just the main character and his hair that makes me think of Spike. But I don't know what it was, but I think it was the soundtrack too. It was just such a vibe to that first anime. When it first came out, I watched it. It was just like, I'm getting something from this. Something that I feel like Shinichiro Watanabe has some kind of hand in this, but yeah, there's no news of that at all. That's just me wishful thinking.
Oh, I'm gonna say too. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to original story on Megalobox too.
Oh, so it's still using some of the same elements from the first anime or the manga.
No, it looks like they wrapped up all the stories in the first anime from
Okay. Got you. Yeah, it makes sense. So I guess they're doing their own thing this one.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
Did a great job. I can see why they want to, but they could have definitely ended the way it did and just be fine with it.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, I'm there for it too. Usually, when something needs to be done, let it be done. But April 4th, second season of Megalobox, Nomad. I don't really need we don't need to read the synopsis, do we?
Yeah, it's people punching. That's it. With robot arms. It's good.
Robot arms on, but Gearless Joe, he don't need that shit.
Nah, boy, Gearless Joe. What?
He's older now in this one. He definitely looks a lot older, maybe about 10, maybe 15 years.
And no longer gearless.
Jeez. All right, so I'm gonna flash forward through this. Man, I think those are the only ones that look interesting to me. They got a Godzilla coming out, but it's gonna be under Bones as well.
I might watch that just because it's Godzilla on GP. There's certain ones you go on GP. You can throw it out there and people gonna watch. You get at least 3 episodes of people watching it. So.
Yeah, this art looks interesting. My son's all about some damn Godzilla too, so we can watch this together.
Godzilla.
The series features an original story which depicts the young geniuses Mei Kamino, a female researcher, and Yun Arikawa, a male engineer, as they take on an unprecedented threat with their companions. When danger comes from the depths, only young geniuses Mei, Yun, and their team can face the threat in Godzilla's singular point. All right, I guess. There's just so much right now, man. I just don't even.
That's the thing too. There's some series that are never going away, like Ultraman. I remember Ultraman being out when I was a kid, and they have new Ultraman series up there. So yeah, some people aren't going away.
Holy hell, dude! And I saw that household husband or whatever.
House husband.
I saw that it's supposed to be coming to Netflix this year as well.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure this spring.
I think that's like in the next month of the house.
Spring 2001, yeah. Goku Shu 4 though.
It's called
which is
The Way of the House.
The Way of the House Husband. That shit's gonna be great. That shit looks hilarious, man. I've been reading, and JC Staff is doing this one as well. Immortal Tatsu, the legendary Yakuza who single-handedly defeated a rival gang with a lead pipe, is name known to strike fear in both hardened police officers and vicious criminals. Soon after his sudden disappearance, he resurfaces with a slight change in profession. Now equipped with an apron, Tatsu has given up violence and is trying to make an honest living as a house husband. While adapting. So what?
You think it'll keep? Like I was looking, it says it has an episodic nature. You think they're going to keep it that way? Or are they going to try to give it a straight story?
I hope so. Because from what I read in the manga, like it jumps around anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, they jump a lot of places. There's no real storyline. It's what anime? I forgot the anime that's similar to that, the comedic, like that real Nijima, with those girls in high school. Hold on. I remember that this shit is hilarious. I forgot what it's called. I can't find it, but it has that episodic feel for each panel in the mangas. So, and you meet all these funny characters. Like it's just it takes itself. It doesn't take itself so seriously, even though the character is like always serious. But he gives like life suggestions, like household life like suggestions for how to clean like a pot in a pan, like or what to help with your immune system. Like he just gives like fun facts. Like you be looking it up, you're like, oh shit, this is true.
I think I'll give it. I'm not gonna give it a check out since it's a Yakuza involved.
Oh yeah, man, and then you have other Yakuzas that get involved that remember him, but they also do some weird shit. Like one, no spoilers, but it's just a funny. One of his old nemesis, he owns his whole own. He retired as well, and he owns his old like food truck type of thing. and so when they first meet, it's hilarious. But they kind of collaborate where he gives them pointers on how to do certain foods, and it's funny, man. Like it doesn't take itself seriously, and the humor is it's just it's not relatable, but it's funny enough for you to actually laugh at and be amused.
So it's supposed to drop April 8th.
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to that one, and I'm pretty sure Netflix is holding out. Is gonna be doing that, but those are the animes. There's a lot more, but I'm not, most likely would never watch them anyways. But I will give them the benefit of the doubt. But the ones I spoke on are the ones I'm definitely going to watch. Let them build and binge on a weekend and just keep it moving, because so much. It's so fucking much, man.
See, I don't know if this is dropping in the spring, but there's also Devil's a Part-Timer season 2 finally dropping.
I never watched the first season.
It's lacking. It's like, yo, he even made it into a fighting game. Mal made it into a fighting game.
Really?
Like, I have it somewhere. I tell you, it was one of those games that was just like, it was a whole bunch of like Medica Box and My Scientific Index and all of them were in a fighting game together. It was pretty good. Like da. Oh no, wait.
Oh yeah, Durarara. The girl, the Dullahan girl that has like a helmet.
She was in it. Like Celti was in it. Like it was a whole bunch of them random characters. Like it was Chaos had characters. I was like, yo, it was a good anime fighting game. It played like a Persona.
Ooh, you got me already.
Yeah. So I gotta see. I gotta see if I have it. I know I have it on PlayStation 3, but I think it might be on Vita. I gotta see if it's on PlayStation 4. If it's on PlayStation 4, I'll pick it up. And next time we have a get together, I'll just download it.
Yeah, bring that shit over. I'll play the shit out of that.
But it was just like, it was one of them games. It was like that was a Part-Timer 2, season 2, or the first one. It was one of those good. It was a good wholesome slice of life anime. You know, it was.
Oh, okay. What? Nothing. Go ahead. Continue, please. Go on, continue.
That's not like yours, you know, with children.
Whatever.
But as a grown man with his grown man friends.
Now we're gonna marginalize. All right, this is where you are, your slice of life. This is where I am in my slice of life. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, but it was pretty. It was interesting. It was one of the ones like when I first first episode it caught me. I was like, oh, this is. So how is it gonna be a part-timer? You know, you got him destroying.
Yeah. People. So like, let me ask. It's about the devil getting kicked out of hell, and now he's in the real world, and now he becomes a part-time.
Him, the hero from his world, and all of them end up on Earth, and they're like, "Yo," he's just like, "Okay, I'm gonna live this life." His number one lieutenant ends up showing up. He's like, "Hey, trying to go back to our world and take back over." He's like, "No, I'm good. You know, living this life as a part-timer.
I just want to live on Earth, be a part-timer."
The hero comes chasing after him, and she's like, "Yo." She thinks he's up to something. He's just chilling. He's like, yo, no stress. He's gonna work at the 7-Eleven, go home.
Powers still. They still have their powers and all that.
I think I do believe they do, because I think something happens where he does have his powers still. He can still travel between worlds if he wanted to. I think he just doesn't.
It makes me think of this other. Wasn't there something similar to that as well, where the devil girl, like there was the demon king's daughter, was working in a retail store or some shit like that?
When he said someone's daughter, ain't my type of slice of life.
I said a demon king's daughter.
It's like a reverse isekai. I think it's a reverse isekai, but he can still go back to his world if he wants to or something. I gotta watch it because it's been like years since the first one came out.
It looks funny. I've seen little not promos, but like little things. I'll come across it if I'm going through Hulu or some shit.
I would say it's been like 5 years or something since it first.
Yeah, it's been out since 15, I think it was.
Yeah, so like it's one of those things like because there's that's dropping, and something else got another season. I think like Kingdom finally got another season coming.
Oh yeah, I saw that as well. I never watched. It looked interesting. It makes me think of that visceral type of anime like Berserk and Vinland Saga.
It's more like Vinland Saga, but it's so good. The only problem I'm having with it, because I've been trying to go back and watch it. Like I'm watching episodes I've watched. I just can't remember them because it's that long ago.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I really hate when they do this like long space between seasons, because it's like.
I heard the production for it kind of slacks in the second season or something.
The production, I don't want to say it slacked in the first season. It was like it's because the first season, second season when people were just getting used to using CG and animes. So now it's starting to look even better. in them. But
I got you. Yeah, it's like I said, it's a huge fucking list, man. I'm there. I'm gonna try to catch up to a lot of these. I might even look at the ones that I didn't even bother mentioning. So for the fans, for the ones that are watching, man, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the ones that I think I'm like. Mm-hmm. So if you don't like that, you can go ahead and curse me out in the comments, or you can talk about, because I remember our last time bringing up a seasonal anime for the winter, when somebody brought up an anime, the isekai about the kid the guy that was in NEET. Then came into
James brought it up. It was
sometime not part-time. I forgot what it's called, but Maho or something. But yeah, that was a shout out. I remember reading that manga as well. So like, if you guys got recommendations, go down in the comments, let us know, because I could be pretty biased really quickly about things that I look at, even though I'm not supposed to do that in this particular field that we're in.
All right. If it's a slice of life, he's watching it.
Most of the time I'm going to watch a slice of life because it's just so wholesome. You want to root for the couple that you want to have. And they're going through so much, these high school kids. But seriously.
Go back to high school, huh?
Seriously, man. No, yeah, give us suggestions. Go down in the comments, let us know, because I need to broaden my horizons. I feel like the only animes I'm watching are Jujutsu Kaisen, Wonder Egg Priority, Kamino Ichihan. I'm going back. I kind of go to that spider one where the girl becomes a spider. The isekai about the girl being a spider. That's the second season. No, the other half.
No, 2 episodes.
It's pretty funny. It made me laugh a few times. The girl made me laugh a few times. I'm not gonna lie.
It's literally going to get deeper than I thought it was, and I just haven't had time to watch it.
A lot more violent than I thought it would be as well. That's one thing I do appreciate.
That's what started getting me.
I appreciate that a lot more.
That's about
no, I'm good, man. When it comes to that, you have anything else? I was gonna jump into just some Loosies.
Oh, the thing I was gonna bring up is we were talking about earlier, how Square or Capcom is releasing they have a new game coming in. It looks like it's coming next year, 2022. Pragmata. It looks like it's going to be they're going back to their horror roots, but it's going like, looks like it's like they're in space or something like that. I don't know. It's like, you might want to look it up for the Pragmata trailer.
Pragmata. Give me a little bit, from what you saw, what does it look like? More of a Dead Space type of feel, or?
All right. So me describing what I saw in the trailer, it was a spaceman walking, and then there was a holographic cat that seats insides, and there was a little girl, and then he picked up the little girl. Some stuff started happening. Because it looked like they're in a city. Then the city dome shattered, and you can see Earth. I don't know.
What the hell?
You got to watch the trailer, Pragmata.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. And it looks like a good. It looks like a horror. Like
it looks like it's gonna be a horror game. Like it looks like it's one of them games that Capcom's ready to go in, knock out the park, start a new series that people are gonna like
Evil Within type shit. It's gonna be kind of psychological sci-fi.
I don't know if it's gonna be yeah, it might be psychological horrors, the sci-fi horror, or it looks interesting. I might even give it a try just because it looks.
What's it called again?
Pragmata. I'm gonna drop the trailer in the. I should drop the trailer in the Discord.
The description. Discord. Oh, okay, Discord. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, let me see that shit. All right, but well, I got a quick Lucy. We talked about music in the intro, and I kind of want to give a quick shout out to one of my favorite artists, hip hop artist, Nas. He won a Grammy this past weekend for best hip hop album, which was King's Disease. If you haven't heard that album, I heavily suggest that you check it out as soon as you can, because I haven't heard a Nas album like that since it was written, to be completely honest. And I'm a huge Nas fan. Godson is great. I'm a huge Nas fan. Don't try to play. Nah. I'm a huge Nas. Now, CM could have been better. I don't know what the hell Kanye was doing. Some of them was kind of floppy. Godson is one of those debatable albums that we go hours for. Street's Disciples is another one that I got to revisit that one. I didn't like when it first came out. The N-Word was a good album, but it was written, and Illmatic will always be the two best albums that Nas ever put out. And now this King's Disease, I could kind of put them between those two.
I think you skipped a good amount of his albums.
I definitely skipped a lot. Lost Tapes 1 and 2, Nostradamus,
Distant Cousins.
Hip hop is dead. The Bro, I could do this, man.
Distant Cousins.
You said Distant Cousins.
Yep.
Oh yeah, well, Marley's son, Bob Marley's son, Damian Marley.
Yep.
Yeah, that one was good. It was good. It was good. I said it was good.
I like how you say I don't believe that it was good. That was okay.
It was good. It was good. Sure. Yeah, it was good.
I'm swine over here. Golly.
Nah, Nas, man. Shout out Nas, man. He's killing it, man. He came back. We don't see a lot of what's happening behind the scenes with Nas, but he's definitely doing shit. He owns a restaurant, I think, out in New York.
A lot of these rappers do. When they find
money,
you get the real money out of the business.
Yeah. He helped put Dave East out there. Like he supported Dave East, gave him the platform for it. So shout out to Nas, man. Congratulations, first time winning the Grammy. So I know they be bullshitting. I know motherfuckers like The Weeknd are boycotting and everything. So which I mean, he has his points of what he said on there, but I ain't gonna get into all that.
Listen, I didn't even know the Grammys happened until I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either, but I definitely got to give the flowers to Nas, Mr. Nasty Nas himself, Mr. Nasir Jones. He deserves that recognition. I think I will say that definitely. I have another one, man, but I'll probably say that one for next time. It's just a manga suggestion, and I could hold off. We've talked enough about anime in that particular field too long. But yeah, man, you got anything else, man? I think with just us two, really, bro. I think we almost do hour 30 minutes. God dang.
Yeah, just went, just started going. We ain't had that.
Nothing.
I'll say, have you checked out Silk Sonic yet?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, just making sure.
I didn't see the Grammy performance though. I want to check that out.
Yeah, it's like a time warp.
They did a tribute for Little Richie too, right?
Yeah,
I gotta check that out.
Yeah. That's the only thing I've seen from the Grammy so far. I'm gonna go back and watch that. I believe it's called the WAP song. I heard that was performed at the Grammys, so I'm going to take the time.
Just kind of like an analytical look of it all, just to make sure, just the visuals of it.
I heard it was, it was representative of how America's values have been tanking. So I believe it's my duty as an American.
You know what? I
watch that. Just the same.
I get that. I completely understand. You got to just you kind of have to put yourself outside of the music, see more of the visual, artistic standpoint, what's really being said. WAP, like just kind of narrowing down and WAP. Yeah, you kind of have to really dissect what it really means and understand the value and beauty of behind it as well.
I will be saying this WAP, as they call it.
All right, man. Yo, bro, thank you, Thomas, man. Man, we made this shit this far our longest video, and it's only been us two. God damn it. Bro, yo, you are the realest if you watched all of this, man. The timestamps are gonna be discombobulated. I'm gonna have to really watch this whole thing. Yeah. Oh my god, man. The fuck. No, man, bro. Good luck, man. And to James and King, man. We know you guys gonna make it, but we hope you guys can make it to the next one. But we still held it down. We still brought whatever we could to the table. And so we shout out to the fans. We shout out to the ones that always keep coming to support us. We really appreciate just any kind of comment, any kind of feedback, just to let us know what we can do to make this platform better than what it is now. Of course, we're only limited for what we can do right now because all of us have our own life. And, we try to come back and give out whatever we can for whatever we receive. So the whole point of a Marauder, all we do is Marauder, baby. So with that, this is Max, Mr. Random, Mr. Thomas, Mr. Editor-in-Chief. So on that note, please click like and subscribe. Don't forget that bell on the side for everything Media Marauder content, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that shit. Look in your search bar, you'll find us. One of our great, beautiful mugs will be there somewhere. So till then, y'all have a safe night. Y'all be good. Be careful. All that, this, that, and the third. Have a great weekend, by the way. I will be. So y'all take it easy. Peace.
WAP.
WAP, WAP.